How's it going, everybody? I know I'm late. Have technical difficulties. I apologize. I did everything right today. I scheduled it. I scheduled it on YouTube. Everything, but technical difficulties. Apologize. Apologize about that. Beyond my control. Some of it. All right, I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna give you all a show because I was about to not do anything. Let me see. Um, Let me see. Give me a second. All right, I was trying to look at some of my messages real quick. I apologize. Um, Let me see. Could I get some people in real quick? Where my YouTube at? Right there. Um, I'm like 2 hours late. Let me see. I might freeze up, but that's the technical difficulties going on. All right, give me a second. All right. No, we're live. I sent Sonny Edwards a letter because I want to get him on the show. I sent him. I mean, not a letter, but a message because I seen him. He's posting on Facebook, so I was trying to get. I said, hey, he posting on Facebook. Let me get Antonio. He's active right now on social media because I don't be seeing activity from him. It would be a great thing to get Sean Porter on here, but Sean Porter, I heard everything with him is about money. Got to be money, 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 money. Now we get that. I might try to get Eddie Chambers on here. But like, yo, come on, let's do an for old time's sake because I had him years ago on my other podcast. Let me see. Nobody came in yet, but I'm gonna keep this show pushing. Shout out to Don D205. Give him a shout out. Don D205. You can catch him on Twitch at Don D205. You can catch him on Twitter, Don D205. You can catch him on Instagram, Don D TV. No, Don D205 TV. Support the brother. Support the brother. Let me make sure I said his Instagram right. Because I always get that wrong. And you catch him at 12. What is it? I think it's a 2 hour, 1 hour difference. I think it's 10:22. 10:22. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. Because I'm trying to see so I can make sure I'm giving the right information. Don D205 TV. Don D205 TV on Instagram. Let me see. I keep getting a lot of subscriptions. And crypto boxes. I don't know if I want to be a part of that situation. I don't know what it is because it's not something. Because me and this guy been dealing with each other I've been dealing, him contacting me for like I think over 8 years, and I never seen nothing solid that pulled me in to say, yeah, let me be a part of that project. Sounds like it's crypto stuff, and I'm not into that crypto stuff. Not into that. I'm not into that. Some people, they understand it and into it. What's up, Leafy? Shout out to Leafy. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta just. I'm trying to do some education today, because some people they be like trying to come at me sideways. Let's see. Let me see. Yes, today I'm gonna talk about what is it? Yeah, I got it. All right, we could. All right. Just because SCI didn't add it doesn't mean it can't be done. This is what this is a in the community. This something people always do, and it's like people they make themselves to believe. It's somebody like literally said it's hard to do. They're never going to do it. You're speaking from a person that don't know anything about the industry, nothing about game development. It's like people saying nobody will ever create this or create that. We'll never have flying cars. We got flying cars. We have flying cars. But are they in mass production and stuff like that? Or people doing it? No, because it's dangerous. Because if we had flying cars the way that we seen on the Jetsons and in these movies, there would be a lot of crashes because everybody at the last minute want to get their energy checked and their what's called. It's not, the world is not built for flying cars right now. But we got different stuff like that. Well, people, they love to say something. It makes them feel better about themselves. It makes them feel better. we in the world of technology, especially when it comes to video games and stuff like that, anything we want can be added in the game. All right. Just because SCI didn't add it doesn't mean it can't be done. There's a reoccurring pattern in gaming communities, especially in sports realistic games. When assumptions get formed fast, there's a reoccurring pattern in communities, especially in sports, realistic sports communities, where assumptions get formed fast. If it's not in that boxing game, it can't be done. If it's not in that boxing game, it can't be done. That belief sounds harmless on the surface, but it creates a false ceiling on what boxing games actually are capable of. And the thing is, when people make that excuse, they give that excuse to the developers. They help the developers by you agreeing that it can't be done. Or the developers never said it. They never really said it. But you go with that. Maybe those developers are not capable of doing it, but stop saying stuff can't be done. Everything I know for a fact, anything that we want in a boxing video game can be done. It's up to the studio. It's up to the studio. All right. That belief sounds harmless on the surface, but it creates a false ceiling on what boxing games actually are capable of. Not what they are today, but what they are technically allowed to become. This episode breaks that down clearly. What modern game technology actually supports, what 50 years of game technology proves, and why not in the game has never meant not possible. Why not in the game has never meant possible. The core misunderstanding: shipping decisions versus tech limits. Shipping decisions versus tech limits. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat first. Everything's well, Leafy. Everything's well. All right. The core misunderstanding: shipping decisions versus tech limits. Most features in any boxing game are not limited by physics or engineering barriers. They are limited by production time, budget allocation, animation pipeline costs, Q&A risk, design priorities, licensing constraints, online performance budget. So when people say you can't add that to a boxing game, what they actually mean is that feature was not prioritized in that specific product cycle. Those were not the same thing. A boxing game is not a fixed blueprint of reality. It is a curated slice of features chosen under constraints. 50 years of games show one clear pattern. From the earliest arcade boxing title to modern so-called simulation to the evolution is consistent. The evolution is consistent. Early era, 1970, 1980. Early era, 1970s to 1980. simple sprite-based boxing games, fixed animation loops, minimal input variety, no real physics systems. 16-bit to early 3D, that's the 1990s. More animation states, basic hit detection systems, early AI patterns, and aggression variables. Introduction of stamina systems. And that's when we got the Victorious Boxers, and the game looked it good. Victorious Boxers still look good to today, to me. All right. PlayStation 2, Xbox era, 2000s. Motion capture becomes standard. Physics-based hit reaction began. State machines for AI behavior. More realistic boxer styles emerge. Modern era, 2010 to present. Full skeletal animation systems. Procedural blending over fixed animation trees. Ragdoll plus animation hybrid systems. Behavior-driven AI tendencies. Aggression profiles. Real-time physics interaction layers. Machine learning assisted animation research in some pipelines. I'm chopping that up. I just read two lines and I chopped it up real bad. Apologize about that. Because I'm thrown for being so late. Excuse me. Allergy. All right. Every generation expands what is possible. None of them define the ceiling. They define what what was affordable and stable at the time. Modern technology already supports far more than people think. Modern technology already supports far more than people think. Today's game engine already includes systems capable of handling animation systems, motion matching, procedural correction, blend trees with hundreds of states, full body procedural layering, upper body punches over footwork, real-time pose adjustments, physics systems, active ragdoll systems. So see this some let me explain this right now. For you to get a realistic looking knockdowns and punch animations, it gotta be a hybrid of ragdoll and can is it ragdoll and ragdoll and some, I forget what it is. Excuse me. I'm all over the place right now because I'm thrown because of what was happening earlier. All right. It gotta be ragdoll and physics based. I know I'm saying this wrong, but y'all know what I mean. All right, soft constraint joints for realistic impact deformation. Um, momentum based collision responses, multi-point hit detection systems, not just single hit reaction triggers. Let me see what's going on in there. Yeah, let me see. Nice. Ragdoll plus contextual animation for each punch. Yeah. You play the animation initially for the knockdown, knockout. Then you activate the ragdoll at a certain point, at a certain spot, and the animation to make it look unique. Yeah, and it looks more realistic. Thanks. Appreciate you, Leafy, for appreciate you, man. Yeah, because I was like, I'm in a loop right now. You know, I'm still trying to, and I'm not gonna front. I took a nap too because I was like, Dad, man, we having the what's called. I mean, you know, the system is jacking up. My computer acting up. Let me take a nap and then recalibrate. All right, AI systems, behavior trees, utility AI. Utility AI. What is it? What is utility AI? Decision scoring per action. State driven tactical adaptation. State driven tactical adaptation. Trait and tendencies driven fight styles. Trait and tendency driven fight styles. Reactive timing systems. What are they? Counter windows, fent recognition logic. Logic. See, these are words that's in the gaming industry. Logic, you might hear me say logic, architecture, stuff like that. That's gaming talk. That's game developer talk. All right. Network systems. Deterministic rollback netcode. Deterministic rollback netcode. Fighting game standards. That's what a fighting game means, the deterministic rollback netcode. Client side prediction for responsiveness. Client side prediction for responsiveness. Hybrid animation replication systems. Hybrid animation replication systems. None of this is experimental. This is standard tooling and modern engines like Unreal Engine and Unity. All this stuff that I read is literally in Unreal Engine. This is one of the reasons why Steel City is picking Unreal Engine now. Even though this Unreal Engine was going to be the original engine. That's what I know for a fact. Unreal Engine was supposed to be the original engine of Fight Night. I don't know why I keep saying Fight Night. Undisputed. All right. The limitation is not existence. It is integration effort. The limitation is not existence. It is the integration effort. And my thing is, I hear people, like I was saying, I hear people always saying they can't do it. If they could do it, they would have did it. No, they're not. Especially this company. I see a lot of patterns that look like they're lazy. Like they could get over on Ash. Hey, this is first game. Hey, he don't know what's capable of being done. Let's do what we could do. Let's get over. Ash not putting his foot down. Yeah. All right. Why boxing games feel limited? Why boxing games feel limited? The perception of limitation usually comes from three things. Animation cost explosion. Every new boxer behavior multiplies animation requirements. Stance variations. punch variations, guard variations, damage states, transitions between all of them. And that's the problem. And this is my biggest fear with this game. Because Steel City is trying to have the same animations across the board. Somebody on the team saying it's going to take too long to do all of this. Instead of hiring the right amount of people, they're going to say it's going to take too long to do all them animations and stuff for these boxers. And all of the boxers going to fight alike. This is my biggest fear. And the stupidest thing is these guys been in the industry for decades, and they don't realize that the tendencies, the traits, and the capabilities is what helps with all of that. It helps. Not greatly, but it helps a lot. It helps a lot. And this is my biggest thing that I worry about. Cause their thing is, hey, we can't give y'all all the boxes not gonna look that well. And then I know you got somebody on their team that's gonna say, hey, stop focusing. So because when we talk about making sure the animations are done correctly for everybody and stuff like that, this is what a smart aleck gonna say on the team. Well, they're controlling the boxes anyway, so it don't make a difference of if the styles is correct or not. Because when they say that, they're not thinking about offline modes. They're not thinking about career modes or any of that. That's why I think that career mode and offline mode is going to be an afterthought because it's cheaper and they could get more money. Just me thinking that. It's just me. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me see. Yeah, no problem. Let me see. AJ is here. Salute to AJ Pax for popping in. Can the concept of petrified, can that be in a boxing game? Petrified. Yeah, no, not in my opinion. You remove the control completely away from the player if you force them into a state where input do not work. Petrified is when you physically can't get yourself to move out of sheer fear. That will not work for a boxing video game. What could cause it? I don't know how that will work because you're controlling the character. If you're not doing anything or you're petrified, your actual character, I don't know how that will work. I could see what you're saying, how it can be added in the game. Like a certain boxer hit you with a certain punch and you freeze up and don't move for a minute, or something just, but that I think that could become what would you say? Exploited. I personally don't see a point in making a thing in a realistic boxing game if the player gets nervous on their own. Then how they play will dictate how the opponent can fight them. Can it be used to control players from exploiting? No, it's always going to be an exploit. It's always going to be an exploit in anything. It just, you got to put deterrence. Do you know what it is I am pinpointing? What could we define as an exploit? If you overuse hooks, you shouldn't be put in a state of fear. That makes zero sense. If you overuse hooks, arm fatigue should build up. No, can you dis, dis, dismiss every case? What did you have in mind? Let me see. What case of the petrified system? Leafy, that is not the reason why I want to implement it. Do you believe there are zero benefits case for it? Zero use cases? Yes. If you put a system to force a player to freeze up out of a fear factor in the code, that is not good at all. What will cause the state leafing? You tell me, laughing out. It brought forth the idea. Here's the problem: a player that will not engage. You know what you're doing, right? When you saying a person not engaging, you're forcing a person to fight the way you want them to fight. And like I always say, it's on you. We keep wanting, hey, we want the opponent. He got to engage. That's arcade to me. When you want your opponent to fight the way you want them to fight, to constantly engage, that means you want a slugfest. That means you want a brawl. That's not boxing no more. It's MMA. When there's constant engagement, because every boxer even Muhammad Ali did not constantly engage. Every boxer should not always, to me, that's the chess match. That's the chess match. In chess, some players going to move more aggressive than others. In chess, some people are going to move more aggressive than others. Even Mike Tyson, certain people, he fought them certain ways. Because we say, I kind of knew that where it was going, and people keep on, even with Beast, that was like kind of a dispute. He want constant. He wants you. He said, "Hey, they moving away and this and that." You want a person to constantly engage. That's not boxing, because that person is using the tactics. Some people are using tactics. If you got an opponent that hits hard, you might want to move around a little bit. Throw something, might not really engage too much. You just making him throw his punches to hit you and miss you, or he's coming toward you and stuff like that. That's a tactic. It's on to you. A lot of people don't like to cut off the ring. They don't like to fight the person. They don't like to attack the person. They want the person to come to them or meet them halfway. That's not how boxing really is. If we want a realistic, authentic boxing game, there are people that's going to move away. They're not going to always engage. And that means you have to take the fight to them. The way we say in boxing, you have to take the fight to them. Let me see. Facts, Paul. Every fight shouldn't feel the same. If we're trying to fix problems of a player not engaging, that's starting to become a slugfest. That is a type of non-engagement in boxing games. They are not boxing. There is a type of non-engagement. But that means, see, y'all keep blaming the games, even no matter if this game was super incredible and everything that we want, you still, the person, it's on you. You scared to go in there because this the thing. And what make it so bad, this game is not built that way. This game is not one of them type of, you could run into something. Like you could like really run into something. This game is, you supposed to engage with the other person. You keep saying that he's running away. Why aren't you tracking him down? Why are you tracking him down? Mike Tyson had people run from him. I've had people run from me in real life. People run from you. And you want to force them to engage with you. And even if there's some people, they're not going to engage because they're stamina low. They got hurt. They got buzz. It's stupid to engage. It would be stupid to engage if your stamina is real low or you're buzzed. It makes no sense. If someone doesn't engage, then the other guy can't bring the pressure. It's on the player to push the pace. It's not tactics that I am framing. Jake Paul didn't engage. Exactly. Jake Paul didn't engage. And got tired quick, then got shut down. No, that's not what I'm talking about. You guys talk straight, AJ, man. You running laps, man. Let us know why you running the laps. Nope, that's not what I'm talking about. What are you trying to say, J-Pax? Not being rude by any means, just a bit confused. It's beyond tracking. This is the issue I am trying to solve. It is beyond tracking. It's beyond cutting the ring. It's beyond cutting opponent's movement. This is a system level issue. And best this system level issue exists, it allow the game to play. Let me see. And best this system level issue exists, it allows the game to play incorrectly. I'm still not understanding what you're trying to get at. I'm still not understanding what you're trying to get at. Because I think what me and Leafy point out kind of solve what is wrong in the game. But so you are talking about how we can discourage people from constantly being on the back foot. Dad, Leafy, how you get that from that? How did you get that from what he was saying? Tevin Williams, salute. Appreciate you coming through. Poe, understand what you're saying, but why would you be allowed to move faster going backwards than moving forward? Yeah, that's true. But I'm talking from a boxing point of view. I'm talking from a boxer's point of view. Then you can move backwards faster. You moving away from somebody. If we're talking game way, if you gameplay way, I mean, wise. Let's watch some videos. When you hurt, maybe you might move a little slower. But moving backwards, yes, you can move backwards. It might be kind of awkward, but people do move backwards fast. Some boxers have quick movement, and I think it should depend on the boxer too. But some boxers can move backwards faster. We keep using game logic. You know what we're using? We're using logic that we think is like if it was a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or something like that. We're using logic. We not using Sometimes we gotta like, yo, let me go watch a boxing match to see do these lined up. Is it do he move backwards when he's not hurt? Do he do this? I should just pull up a fight real quick so we could watch it and we could see boxers are moving backwards. They're not moving. A lot of boxers, it depends on your footwork. It depends on your footwork. And that's another thing that they don't add in the game. Each boxer should have certain footwork. You know his good footwork is good. Hey, I like this boxer. He got good footwork. I like that boxer. They got better footwork. I don't like this gut boxer. His footwork is not that good, but he has good hand speed. He has good power. And you can have good hand speed and not have good feet. Well, he brought up cutting off the ring and tracking. So I figured it was about how to stop a guy from constantly going backwards. That's what I thought he was talking about. Let me see. And I'm not trying to gatekeep with boxing. Let me see. Somebody trying to pop up and give me a second. I hope I'm not having no technical problems today again. This was annoying already. And it seemed like you want to freeze up because I got a guess. Oh, yeah, and I told y'all, yo, the whole system froze up. Just because somebody tried to hit the show. Y'all gotta let me know a bit ahead of time if y'all gonna pop up on the show. Because then I could prepare my system. I would have took some of these tabs down. And I think the tabs is what's making it, once somebody tried to come on interact or do certain things with the tabs open, it creates a problem. Give me a second. Dude. All right, there we go. It's AJ Parks. What's up, AJ? You left? I think AJ left. AJ, come back in. Oh. For some reason, it look like you knocked my sound off. Why is that even a thing? Give me a second, y'all. Yo, I can hear myself. It's showing that I got sound. Let me see. Let me do a test. Let me do a quick test if y'all can hear me. Do a quick test and then I get back. All right. Yes, my sound level's showing. That's showing. Everything showing. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. All right. Because I had to do a test to see what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I had to come on and explain myself because nobody knows what I'm asking for.
Uh,
So here, the
Oh,
thing
I
I was
come
talking
back.
about, the whole concept of petrified, which is like an RPG thing. Can that work in a game? Can it work to solve any issues in a game?
I don't think so. Not especially in a boxing game. I can see that being a problem in a boxing game. You don't think that would be a problem? Because I would think it'll become an exploit, even if that was put in the game and is it need. I think that if that was to be in anything, it would be in a story mode or in what would I call it, a career mode or something like that. But in the base game, I don't think that's that.
But the thing is, the thing is, everyone's thinking it's going to deter what? It's going to deter people who want to fight on the back foot. It's going to deter that.
I don't know. We was asking if that's what
It
Leafy was
can't.
asking.
It can't deter it. It won't deter it. The system will not be able to. The system will be able to determine that okay, that person's actually they're actually being active. We're talking about. There's nobody that could say somebody's active. Okay, you're gonna go and skirt around the ring, and even when the guy's coming towards you, you don't want to engage. You literally just want to stay like you don't want to box. Really, you're just there to troll then. And you could do that in different levels in the game, especially when you go on the loose foot, what's it called, loose foot movement, right? But what I'm saying,
Yeah,
this is a system level thing. It's a system level thing. This is not a strategy that we're talking about. I think you guys were saying, okay, it's a tactic. What tactic would that be?
no, I ain't saying it's a tactic.
No,
I'm
but I'm
being
just saying, if it was a tactic, what would that tactic be? That it would be eliminating that tactic. Like, what is the tactic?
no, I
Because
don't.
the whole
Go ahead.
well here, hold on. The whole thing is this: the idea I'm presenting about okay, can you use this element being petrified in the game? It's being taken as okay, this is just me. I'm trying to I'm rejecting a certain style of play. Then right? I don't okay. Most people, some people, they'll say, okay, I don't want to fight a guy who's going to power punch me all day, kind of stuff, because they think that's spammy, right? Some
Uh,
people don't want nobody to back jab you the whole fight. That's spammy or that's exploitive, whatever, right? Or back straights, all this kind of stuff, right? But what I'm saying is that if you were to use a petrified state, it wouldn't stop that from happening. This is stopping something beyond. So that's what I'm saying is beyond what we were saying before. What did we say? It was beyond cutting the ring off, beyond cutting your opponent off. It's beyond I think you someone mentioned tracking. When we said tracking, what kind of tracking are we talking about?
I don't know. Because I can't speak for Leafy. That's Leafy said that, so I can't speak for him.
Okay, here. If there's tracking, what kind of tracking are we talking about? We talking about I don't know, punch track, or are we talking about tactic call tracking? Yeah, tracking. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? That's the thing. Because I'm telling you, the petrify would not deter that from happening if that's the case either.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like it's not a boxing element I'm talking about either. they say it's a sim element. I'm talking about something like it's a good thing people are asking these questions because it's really a system level thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
It's something that's persisted from Fight Night Champion. This idea that you could actually, you don't have to fight. And there's nothing to stop to stop you. One time we were talking about, so okay, can the referee stop it? That was one way to look at it as well, right? If the referee says, hey, you're not engaging, whatever, or this guy, what are you doing, kind of stuff, right? That was one way to attack the problem. But the other way to attack it, I wonder if a petrified state. I think you mentioned it could be even a deterrent. If we're trying to deter, something.
Yeah.
Like it has to, okay. The thing with the petrified state, it has to be something that somebody has to tell me, okay, it has to be something that I'm trying to eliminate then. In a negative way, then. The whole idea is that I have to prove that I'm not trying to correct. There's a certain style I can't beat. That's what I'm trying to. I have to make sure that it's not a certain style I can't beat, and that's the reason why I want that petrified state in the game. That's what all the leagues are for. The leagues are for as another a level of design in order to prevent those people from taking advantage of how the system works, right? Look at what's it called, UFL. If you really look at the rules there, it's a bunch of rules. Like if you want to talk about making people fight a certain way, go look at the rule book in UFL.
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
See some funny rules they have in order to make the game play the way. So here, if we go back to the we'll say the infamous saying, then if you play the game the way it's supposed to be played, right? Can adding a petrified state make us get to the point that we're correcting that whole system level issue to make people start playing the game the way it's supposed to play?
I don't think so, because petrified is a stall in gameplay.
Okay.
Because when you petrify, you stall. So you think adding that pause,
right,
from a certain thing.
And even what Leafy said, he even defined the petrified state. What is it here? He was saying, what is it? Okay, he defined it like, I don't see a point in having it in a realistic boxing game. If the player gets nervous on their own, then that's how they should play and will dictate the game. Yes, the player could get nervous on their own, definitely. But the thing is, this is beyond a player just being afraid to fight then. And also too, if somebody's afraid to fight, what's going to happen? They're going to back away. They're going to back off. How are they going to react? If you even go into that whole concept of being nervous, how do you actually put that in a game? One is, okay, it's the way the guy controls his character, right? But this is something else. Like, what happens in a fight when somebody doesn't want to? If somebody's running away, this is what's happening in Undisputed and even Fight Night Champion. You're able to learn to play the game in a way that you could run away. And this is not back foot fighting. It's not chess that we're talking about. We're talking about a system level thing that's wrong with the game.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you right now. All right, this I'm gonna say. If a person running away, it's 100% on that because you're allowing them to run away from you. You're not keeping them from constantly doing the same movement. Because that's why we saying, like, even because we trained by the lazy boxers of today. And we keep saying, oh, why that guy running away? Why he's not cutting them? Why he's not tracking them down? Why he's not being aggressive and track? It's called aggressive cutting.
Okay, so wait, the guy. Okay, wait. So the guy we're defining then, is he running away but still jabbing?
It depends. Like you saying, if he run away, well, even if he's still, no matter what he's doing.
Okay, so I'm talking about a guy. I'm talking about the case of a guy who's running and he's not punching, 0 punches. He's just there. He's just there to walk around. That is what this is what I'm talking about.
So that's
the game will allow you to go. For example, you could, if you're good enough, you don't have to go and lose footwork. But if you're going to lose footwork, you don't have to throw one punch. You're not even there to play the game. You're just dancing around. No punches, nothing. What happens if somebody was to behave like that in a real situation, then a real boxing fight, what happens?
The referee will make him engage, or he'll stop the fight.
But for what reason? Okay, well, you said he's not engaging, right?
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say. Knowing you're not engaged, he'll keep telling you to engage, and if you don't engage, because it's up to the strictness of the referee, he'll stop the fight, or he'll give you a warning.
But does that have to happen? Does it have to happen if somebody starts behaving in such a manner?
Does it have to happen?
Does the referee have to step in and say something?
Not, it's on his discretion.
So so let's just say we had a lenient referee. Yes. Have you ever seen in your life somebody do that?
Do what?
What I described. A boxer just walking around the ring and just running around and not throwing a punch. Their objective is just to survive the round without doing nothing. Like literally, I'm saying no punch, nothing.
Yeah, hundreds of times. I've seen it plenty of times. I've seen it plenty of times.
So if that's the case, then that kills my whole thing. Then if you're telling me you've seen that guys do that and the referee doesn't step in nothing, the fight will go the whole time.
I've seen it plenty of times. That's what the lenient referee. I won't say like hundreds of times. I say in my lifetime, probably about 20 times.
Okay, then if that's the case, then it belongs in the game. Then it belongs in the game. Then that's it. We have to play the game like that. It belongs in the game.
I've seen it, but my thing is, we take it away from. It's still your duty to, because people always be saying he's running. What are you doing to stop him from running? It ain't, but it's four. The ring has four corners, literally corners, and you're not trapping them in any of those corners. It's some people when they keep saying that, and I'm going from my boxing knowledge. If a person keep running if you let a person run for 12 rounds, that's on you, because you should have figured it out from round 1 to 12, or from round 1 to 10, or from round 1 to 8. You should have figured it out. You should have by then, if he's running for 8 rounds, 10 rounds.
Okay, but hold on. When you say, what kind of running are you talking about?
Backing away, back foot fighting, moving away. He's not engaging.
Okay, hold on. You said back foot fighting.
He's not engaging.
I'm not talking about back foot fighting. You're talking about a guy who's fighting. I'm talking about the opposite of fighting.
But still, I'm talking about not engaging in general, and not engaging. They're retreating. Everything is retreat.
And it's not to set up. Is it to set up a counter?
Some people, yes, it is a set of counter. For one thing, but it's not setting up a counter. You know why? Because he's constantly moving away, not engaging. You're not following. So he's not setting up a counter. You're not engaging, so him keep moving back. He's just moving back. Because usually when a person is like, some people did, that's a strategy. You move away from your opponent, you know they're gonna follow you. But after a while, if they're doing that and you're not doing anything, it's not setting up a counter. So it's a waste of time. It's just that person is just moving away. They really don't want to fight. And that's when the referee has to step in and say, hey, either you're going to fight or I'm gonna stop the fight.
But okay, but so some referees might say, okay, I don't want you. You can't do that, right? But if we don't have that referee to step in, is there anything you could do on a system level now? Like, okay, here's a better way to describe it. We have to think about how the video game would look in real life. So here's what I'm just here's another way to look at it. The guy I'm talking about in real life, what he's doing is going to the rope and he's leading and he's just putting his arm up on the rope. And as you approach, he's gonna run to the other rope, the other corner, and put his arm on the rope. He's not boxing. He's literally just running around the ring, like he did with no intent to box. Maybe he'll throw one punch to see if he could get that one punch to say, okay, I landed one shot and I win the round, kind of thing, right? Can the undisputed judging system detect that? Can it detect that? Can it detect that? Okay, this person was not the actual. He was not the aggressor of the round. Can it detect that?
Yeah, 100%. That technology.
No. Right now, is undisputed judging system designed that way? I'm not talking about if it can.
Oh,
it's designed that way where it's actually detecting. Okay, how does it detect it? One way it could be okay, who landed the most power punches? Therefore, okay, well that's the aggressor of the fight. What about the guy who's actually he's the one that's what's the word? Chasing down his opponent. He's the one that's walking him down. He's cutting the ring off. He's cornering him. He's doing all that stuff. Can the judging system in Undisputed detect that? Does it know how to? What's the format it's going to use? I think the whole thing with aggression is just based on who lands the most power punches in the game, and who has the most counters, and that's it.
Yeah, it's arcade. That's why I keep saying the game is arcade built. But this is what we got to keep in mind if we want a realistic boxing game. That every judge doesn't judge the way that people, especially casual fans, think.
Yeah, but going back to what the video game version of what this guy looks like, what they're actually doing is they're literally, I'm putting my arm up on the rope and I'm gonna run around. I'm just leaning. I'm just kind of clowning, basically, right? I'll do some taunts in between, clown, so you can't touch me and break the system that way too, right? We're doing all these different things so we don't have to fight. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're avoiding the fight. So the thing is, if that behavior was to happen in the real, and that's going on right now, would three judges sit down and say, well, he landed 2 shots, the other guy landed 0, he's gonna get the round? Is that gonna happen in real life? Would a boxing actually see for that guy do that shit?
Oh, so check this out. You got to you can't go by what you feel now. Let's be honest with it.
No, that's true. That's what I'm saying. If I'm going by feeling, that means I'm basing this off that I lost, and I'm letting my emotions. I didn't accept losing then. I didn't accept. Okay, that guy figured out my style, and I lost, and therefore the reason I lost is because this is the game. We need to just like the leagues do. We need to deter. We can't let him throw too many of those punches. You know what I mean? Or we can't let him do that. But
yeah, that's crazy stuff. Cause my thing is, like somebody like Ben Whitaker or who you got, Sugar Ray Leonard. There was times Sugar Ray Leonard. Some people say he was running. Sometimes people say Muhammad Ali was running. He threw or there's boxers that throw punches, move, constantly moving. They win the rounds. It's called winning the rounds.
This is not what these guys are doing Undisputed.
I know.
This is not. It's like the whole thing is. It's not fighting anymore. It's not a fight. It's not a fight.
Yeah, but I thought you was talking in general. You using Undisputed. Undisputed is not. It's an arcade fighter.
No, everything I'm talking about is Undisputed.
Yeah, it's an arcade fighter.
I'm talking about Undisputed. Like if a guy fights like that, and the video game, however they program those judges, how is it rewarding the fighter who actually fought? Like if it can't do that, how do you? Okay, it goes back to what I was saying. Can the judges in this game, like, can it detect? What is it detecting? How is it actually judging? If you think about it, it has to be based purely on those stats because AI, the AI bots we're all using now, right? the AI, so you know when it gathers information from YouTube, for example, it doesn't know how to read the video. It cannot analyze the motion picture itself, like how we're looking at footage. It can't see it. What it's looking for is a description and all the little metadata describing what the video does.
Yeah.
That's what it's basing it, and then goes through the comments, and it's okay. It's going through the comments. People are saying this and that kind of thing. But if you actually ask the AI, it'll tell you, I cannot see the video. I have no way of.
You did the same thing I did. I recently did that.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, I had to ask
You
him.
be taking a light.
I want to know where you getting your answer. I want to know, like,
yeah.
how
I'll be doing that too. I'll be doing that too. See,
is it?
Can
you see? Oh, okay, good. So you can't see, man. So the thing is this now. The same thing with the undisputed, the judging. It can't. If the best AIs can't see, what the hell are they looking at? So they can't see that behavior. They can't see how that person's thing is. But that's one aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
The other aspect is, okay, the referee. You said there could be lenient referees out there that don't say, okay, it doesn't matter. Keep on doing how you want to fight. Just if you want to do that, keep on doing it, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing now. If we were to try to, but the whole idea goes back to how do you make people play the game the way the game's supposed to be played, and not the way the UFC, the UFL leagues and all these guys do it, where they have the, like, here, let me see this UFL. I was looking at it the other day. I was looking at it today because I didn't look at it in a long time. Let me see this.
Yeah, but they gotta oh yeah, this something I gotta tell you too. When the AI can't read the data, it's the system being lazy. AI can't read movement and stuff like that, because look at them high, what we call it, them high, when security systems. That's AI now. Like when movement and stuff happening,
motion detection.
That's AI. Yeah, motion sensors. That's AI now.
But that's motion. That's motion in real time.
I know, but
a pre-recorded video is no longer motion in real time. Different
but it can't do it. Look it up. But my thing is, when I use my free version of Chat GPT, it's going to give me basic stuff. It's going to say, hey, we can't do this. Now, if I use my paid version, it probably read the video or do everything I want. But the thing is, they got the technology to read video. Ask Chat is their technology to read video, and they say yeah, because they said it. Because I remember it asked it. Then when I used my unpaid version, which I didn't upgrade yet, it didn't read the video. It said I'm having difficulty reading the video, because I was trying to make a point about the realism, and does undisputed realism equate to what real boxing is? And I was trying to use two different perspectives.
But look at this. UFC rules. Body shots thrown should not exceed 80% of total headshots thrown. Breaking this will result in a DQ. What are they trying to? So this is how they're enforcing. This is how they're making the game play the way it's supposed to be played. They have to put these rules in place, right?
Yeah, I'll be reading that stuff. Jim make me mad. He was getting mad because I was correcting him. One of the guys in the groups was getting mad because I was correct. I was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna talk about that on my show."
They have to get mad, because the thing is, especially once you really get involved in a league, it's like you become part of that. I don't want to say brotherhood, but it's like you're part of association. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, so you have to justify. Yeah, you have to justify to yourself that what you're doing is not foolishness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't. So when somebody comes to attack, like, okay, right now I'm talking about the body shots. They have to fight back. It's just because they have to justify why I'm playing this kind of thing, right? Or why I have to play it this way. But tolerance. They have a thing. 15 punch tolerance for jabs and body shots is given for fights ending before 8 rounds. To tell you the truth, I don't even understand what they're. I don't even understand
Me
what it's trying
neither.
to. I don't understand what it is. They're like 15 punch tolerance. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like
My
what
thing is, how you putting a limit on the way somebody throw a jab? That's on you. That's on you. If that person hit you with 100 jabs, you allowed it. You can't tell a person they can't throw a lot of jabs and stuff. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. It's times when I first learned how to box and I was sparring certain people, them jokers hit me with jabs all day long. And I used to get mad. Shannon Briggs used to hit me with jabs, and I felt like I was more advanced than Shannon at that time because I was boxing longer than him. And I felt that he shouldn't be hitting me with certain things. But he was hitting me with a jab. He had a good jab. So you telling a person, you taking things away from a person that's boxing. It looks good to them.
Well, here's the thing now. So a lot of these rules are they're just taking away things. You know what I mean? And also too, like, I don't know how these guys, like, I just can't sit there and I'm just gonna play. I couldn't give a shit. I'm just gonna play. If they say I broke the rule, I broke the rule. I don't give a shit, right? It's not like I'm making money off it, right? But
yeah.
But the thing is, but going back to my thing about petrified, they have these kind of rules that change. What I'm trying to change is not the actual. I'm not trying to change how many body shots you throw. I'm not trying to change how many throwing, or you can't throw 4 punches in a row kind of stuff. I'm not trying to change that either. I'm not even trying to change this 15. What is this punch tolerance? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? I'm not trying to change no more lean back, no more than 8 lean backs per round. I'm not trying to change that. You know what I mean? All these things I'm not trying to change. But what I'm saying is this. So going back to the whole, now we're coming full circle, this whole petrified thing, right? If we could figure out how to detect somebody, or if there's motion, I could say, okay, well, why is this guy acting like this? Like, why is he acting like this? This one guy here, he's trying to think, but this guy, what is he doing? Why is he acting like that? If the system says this guy is acting in such a way, put him in a petrified state, which means, okay, yes, he can't defend him. He can't. It's almost like you're entering the same state when you have a guy stunned and you're trying to knock him out. That state, something kind of like that state. Well, that's a petrified state, right? But we're gonna have them a petrified state to say, okay, stop doing that, because if you're gonna do that, then it's like, okay, well, are you scared to fight? How do you get that? How do you translate that into a video game?
That's gonna be hard.
Well, this I'm saying. To stop this guy from doing that, put them in a petrified state. And you know what's gonna happen? You're petrified. I'm gonna run up on your ass now. Because a lot of guys complain. What's the other thing everyone complains about the game? Why is it that the guys could why are they able to walk? They're able to I guess walk around faster backwards. I don't know if it's a valid complaint or not, but a lot of people complain about that, about this game. It's like, how come you can move faster backwards than I can run forward, right? But the thing is, the petrified state would not activate if a guy's fighting on his back foot. It's not going to activate the petrified state. It can't. It cannot. That cannot trigger a petrified state. A guy who's this I'm talking about this whole idea that you'll never, you said maybe you saw 20 times in your life somebody who was that scared they didn't want to fight. That's not a boxing style.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know if adding that is going to change, because it seems like that's forcing somebody to
It's not going to stop them from fighting on their back foot.
No, it's not.
What is it stopping? It's almost like, okay, another way to think about it too is this whole idea about the boundary then, right? If we were playing Street Fighter, or Street Fighter 2, you can't go past that wall. It's like a boundary you're not allowed to go. But we don't really have that boundary in in boxing games. You could, because it's a ring.
Yeah. I'm just like, is that going to be an arcade element? Is that going to have that arcade,
Okay,
feel to
this
it?
this is the checklist. Then can we agree that it's not gonna stop a guy from fighting on his back foot? That's the first thing. That style. We're talking about styles, right?
Yeah.
Can it stop? Okay. What about what do you call the tactics? Is there a tactic that would stop if that was to be in the game? What tactic could it stop?
Being petrified, what tactic would it stop?
Well, if it misread the situation, right? In this case, an error. It put the guy in a petrified state. What could cause it to go in error? It would have to be, you know what I mean? Besides the exploit itself, putting it in, but like, what can you see it? Where can it break?
I don't know.
I can't see how to break.
When I hear about petrified, I think about the goats, the goats that freeze up and just fall down.
Yeah, that's the same idea. It's the same idea.
I don't know.
It's the same idea in wrestling games when a guy's getting licks and he starts
yeah.
getting treated, he gets petrified, man. He can't do what he wants to do until he recovers a bit, right? He's petrified. You can't really see it on baseballs, because baseball you're standing still, you're not attacking anything, right? But it's this whole but the thing is, what tactic could this take away? Like, going back to what we were saying before, if I was basing this whole thing on an emotional losing at a video game and I'm being emotional, what tactic am I trying to prevent that this could cause? This could trigger that it's going to stop it.
Let me see. Somebody saying having the arms be the sensor, so if you don't swing at all, that petrifies meter starts moving.
Arms be the sensor, so if you don't swing at all, then the petrified. Yeah, so you're understand. Yeah, problem not. You're understanding that it's a system level thing. It's not. It's exactly what I'm trying to. It's like we're trying to prevent that from happening, kind of thing, right? But here's the thing: what problem saying? If the arms were to be sensitive, if you don't swing at all, then that means it's saying, okay, well, this guy didn't. That goes back to my original thing. He's not engaging. Can somebody sit in an undisputed ring and not move their arms for 60 seconds? Is that should I be in a game?
Starting to, I don't know. See, some of this stuff starting to sound arcade to me.
Wait, no, it's because we're trying to figure out what can trigger it. At this point, I'm trying to figure out, is there something that if we were to put a petrified state, it would trigger, and therefore it would reduce the actual boxing in the game, and it would trigger that it would be negative. That's what I want to know. The sensor thing, I'll figure out the sensors too, because you have to figure out the sensors for sure.
Yeah.
Or what's going to activate it.
Yeah, it's a good question, because I never thought of this before, because this wasn't like in my. I wouldn't have like. Should you be petrified? I never thought about that. Let me see. No, not really, because you will have to time. You will have a time frame.
So, well, here's the thing. If I was to think about the sensor, I think the sensor, part of it has to be the arms for sure. Somewhere it'll come in, but I think not the feet, but the distance. If the thing is keeping an active record of, okay, why is this guy in a boxing fight? What's the average distance two guys are always around each other, measuring each other at around? What's that in between gap?
Probably about 4 or 5 feet away from each other. If that, it's you, because you got to close the distance some of the times. So it's not that big gap or small gap
But
like some people say. It's like people pick either they pick two different extremes.
well,
But
okay,
there,
what would be the extreme of that gap?
you
And when I say gap, these guys are actually still actively they're actually fighting. Like they're you know what I
yeah,
mean?
you probably
They're actually boxing.
it's gonna take you like 3 or 4 hops just to get in there. If you hopping to get in there, or
But the
3
extreme,
large steps
what
to
would be
get
the
in there.
extreme distance?
Would you say what would be the
What would be
distance?
the extreme then? Like that distance or that gap between two fighters. I know like reach and everything will factor in and a different thing, but what do you think like would be an average of
Probably like 7 feet away.
okay, 7 feet away? And then obviously within that 7 feet, you're coming in and out. It could be, that's where the range comes. You
Yeah.
could shorten the range, right? But if we say 7 feet, is that the what do you call it? The extreme then, or the out
Yeah,
not the outline, but
yeah,
just the extreme, right?
yeah. Out
What
of
happens? What
distance.
happens if you have two boxers and they're fighting 15 feet away from each other the whole fight, and they're keeping that as the average distance, and let's just say 20 feet from each other and 30 feet eventually. Like, what's the maximum distance two fighters could stay away from each other in a ring?
But about 7. It's still the referee is he got to enforce that. If you
No, but okay,
if
but
you if let's say you like, because the numbers you give in the ring ain't that big. But
well, I mean, well, we're saying it's realistic enough that okay, two guys are 7 feet away, right? What I'm trying to get is okay, if two guys and remember, this is how silly it's good. If two guys they're gonna try to fight each other at 15 feet distance the whole fight, what the hell are they gonna accomplish?
somebody need to be stopped. I mean, the referee got to get a
Somebody,
warning. That's when the
okay.
referee got to come in.
But see, the thing is, okay, if we have if we relate it back to boxing video games, Fight Night Champion or even Undisputed, and how those video games work. If two guys, let's just say 20 feet now, two guys are always 20 feet away. Is this how we activate the petrify system now as a part of the thing? So why are these two guys? How come for 2 straight minutes in this fight, these guys are 20 feet away from each other? What's going on? Who's causing this? Who's causing this to happen?
Yeah. What's going problem? Knox said, I think a deep ref system and petrified meter would be the best solution, but we still need a ref no matter what. We need ref with ref systems, clinch systems before anything. 100%. 100%. And my thing is that right there, the clinch system in itself stops a lot of that running too. People don't realize that clinching does stop. You know the dude gonna run. So you say, hey, I'm gonna clinch that dude so he can't really run, and I'm gonna beat him to the body and do certain things. A lot of people don't realize why people do clinching. Some boxers know their opponent is going to run. They clinch him. When I fought, I've hit people and they start running. I start clinching them a lot. My reason for the clinching is, and this is boxing tactics. My reason to clinch them is they're gonna start wrestling me. They're gonna be trying to get away. I'm gonna hit them with body shots or different things. I'm gonna rough them up, and eventually they're gonna stop all that extra movement that I can't track them down, and then I start beating them down. And that's where clinching needs to be in the game. Clinching stops everything.
But
And you're
you're
right.
saying so your opponent's pulling away from you. You're trying to clinch them back in.
Yes. Yeah, you could clinch them back in. Because you, for one, even though some boxers, like let's say Rigodamo, I mean, I'm saying his name wrong, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He moves around the ring a lot. And a lot of y'all would say he's running. But he's effective in it. He's hitting you, moving, pat, 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 hitting you, pat, 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 pat. He's constantly moving. And everybody would say he's running. But he does engage. But he, it's certain things that he does. Like look at what Wascom was doing to him. What's his name? Vasily Lomachenko. He quit, he broke all that down. He stopped all that. So there are ways to stop everything that's in boxing.
But okay, but even if we had the clinch system, right?
Yes.
I still think you would have the issue that, okay, can somebody maintain a 20 feet distance away from the other guy?
No, man. To me, they're gonna try it, but eventually, because when you cut off the ring and all this stuff, and he's gonna keep trying to he's gonna try to keep you from cutting the ring off and stuff, you're still gonna be able to grab him. You're still gonna be able to touch him. Even if the referee pull y'all in close together, both of y'all in close together and say, hey, y'all gotta fight.
But you're forgetting it's a video game now. How does that translate in video game? It can't. See, the thing is, the movement in real life, it can't translate into the video game. So that's why guys are able to do this tactic I'm talking about, which is not a boxing tactic or real fight. It's just manipulating the surroundings, I would say, in an unrealistic way. It's a system level thing.
What you saying is a video game thing?
The whole idea that they don't have to fight, they could just move around the ring, keep this unrealistic distance. Like it goes back to what I was saying. If you said that the extreme could be 7 feet away, that's a reasonable limit, or that could be the extreme. And I'm saying, okay, what happens if it goes 15 feet away? What if somebody wants to maintain 15 to 20 feet away from the other boxer and they're not doing nothing, but they're just going in circles now? What is that? Nobody does in real life. We said that a referee would stop if they saw that behavior, right? But in a boxing video game, we can't stop it. So the question is, but it's not back foot fighting. It's a system. It's a system thing. It's a level. It's like a level of freedom. I don't know if that's a way to say it. It's a level of freedom that shouldn't be in a game. How do you control it? People talk about balancing. I'm talking about petrify. We're talking about a deterrent then.
That's the balancing. That's a balancing question. That's balancing.
Well, here's the thing: the balance. The people who are that want balance in the however do we want to fix the game, balancing will never solve this issue I'm talking about. Balancing is just freaking. It's like you're just tweaking. You're tweaking.
Yeah, I hate that word balancing because I know what comes behind what balancing means. Balancing is for online and arcades. Online and
problem. I don't know if you were talking about that, but you're saying that's not running, that's boxing. So going back to what I was saying, if two guys, if you saw, first off, have you ever seen a boxing fight where two guys are going to maintain 15 to 20 feet away from each other? That kind of distance, this is 2 minutes straight. That's how they're going to. Is that going to happen in a real boxing fight? What stops?
It's not. It's going to be some type of even a referee that's not even strict. He's going to even say something if that's keep going on.
Is something wrong, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is too, you would figure too, the referee, and I would say even the people in the audience will be able to see why is this? Who's the actual person who's not wanting? Like who's creating this distance? Yeah. Who's creating this? Who's like fighting in such a way that you're creating this distance that we can't have a boxing fight?
They're gonna boo both of y'all because you're gonna act like it's the guy, but their thing is why aren't you it's a ring with corners. Cut the ring off.
So wait, Problem Doc said what this whole thing 15 to 20 feet. He said it's in and out boxing. Is it in and out boxing? cannot be in and out boxing, because if it is, then I'm going to increase it to 30 feet. I'm going to increase it to 30 feet until you understand what I'm talking about.
What ring is 30 feet? You make them like that. It's a ring 30 feet.
What's the length? What's the length of one end?
I forget because them technicalities, all I did was fight. The ring size, I know big and small. All that extra stuff. That's what Wilkinsons are good at. Ring size shorts and boots and stuff like that. That's what Wilkins are good at.
20 feet each side.
Let's see. Yeah, my thing is a lot of things, like even I'm not talking about you in general. People, they mix fighting game logic with boxing game logic. And I know people gonna keep saying it's a video game. My thing is, and I know what you're saying, but my thing is, this is what a developer, not one developer, said to me. When people keep speaking as video games, it's never going to transition into anything better. When you keep the video game logic, mentality, why make the game better? You're going to keep it stuck and just being a video game. And the developers are going to use that logic in creating the game.
Well, watch this. This thing I'm talking about, the whole petrify, creating the petrify thing, right? To stop this kind of system stuff that's happening, right? The reality is this: if you should be able to program the game that we don't need it. If we were like, based on what you're saying, okay, if we were gonna go make we want to make it as much of a sim boxing as possible, then I shouldn't have that, use that deterrent. But I'm just saying, the way the game is right now, if I had to, based on what they gave me, like the outline, the frame, the outline of this game they've given us, the petrified thing would probably solve this whole thing where the guy is not. They're keeping an unrealistic distance, and you can't actually have a fight. And it's not back foot fighting. It's not no tactic, nothing. It's just they know how to manipulate the game that way.
Yeah, and I think you want them to add that in now at this state, or
easy enough. Why not? Because if you think about it, we do have a petrified state. When he's what do you call it? I don't want to say stun. I forgot the word. I forgot what they call it in the game. But the guy's like he's what do you call it again? But basically, he's stunned. He's falling back. He can't do much, but he's in a petrified state, right? He's trying because he doesn't want to get knocked out. That's a form of a petrified state in the game right now. But if we were to introduce that also to prevent this whole thing where we could figure out, okay, why is this guy not actually engaging? He's not actually doing anything. You know what I mean? So think about it like this: there's a lot of video games out there where if a guy's not even moving, it'll boot you off the game because you're not even playing. It knows at least that he knows, okay, this guy's not even playing. Or they have certain things where which game was it? I forgot what it was, but there's games that have like anything that's anti-spamming, but this is not anti-spamming either. This is just trying to make sure you don't have a guy who's he's not playing the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it should be an option as a That's why always with my contract idea, like y'all agreed to certain things, gameplay settings and stuff like that. I think that should be an option because what you're saying, it seems like it's a arcade kind of element. I know it sounds realistic, but it sounds like it could be manipulated.
No, this ain't an option I'm talking about. This is not this has to be like it has to be embedded in the game.
That's gonna be arcade to me if you do it like that, because You're
But that's the
you're
thing.
you're
But the
you're
thing is,
not.
but you haven't told me yet. What is it? What is it? What is it? If we were to put in the game based on what it's supposed to detect, what if what is it I'm not seeing right now in terms of, okay, is it deterring a certain tactic? Is it deterring back foot fighters? Is it, you know what I mean? What is it? Is it causing a certain style of play not to exist anymore?
No, but my thing is, if you put in a petrified state in a game, it's forcing something that is not natural. You're not naturally doing petrified. A petrified state is something you do. That's
Wait,
something you're doing.
hold on, but you
Now you're
said,
forcing the
you said, what did you
system.
say? You said forcing what?
You're forcing.
No, but you said natural. You said something for what was the whole phrase?
When you're doing something, you're not forcing somebody to do something naturally. It's like,
Naturally. You're not forcing somebody to do naturally. That's what it's gonna cause. You're not forcing somebody to do natural. But what about if it's really this to stop from somebody from doing something unnaturally then? What if what the person's doing unnaturally, so we have to do something unnaturally to counter it?
then that's an arcade element though. It sounds arcade if you really think about it. It sounds like an
Well,
arcade.
yeah, it's RPG. It's something you see in RPGs, right? But
Yeah,
to me, yeah, there's gonna have so there's gonna be cons, but the thing is, if we're trying to correct unnatural, somebody playing unnatural, then we have to use something unnatural, to counter it, or to kind of kind of say, okay, you know what, a slap on the wrist, play the game,
yeah.
can't play the game, right? But so far we can't figure out what is it doing that's going beyond that.
I gotta put that in my notes so I could like I gotta analyze that a little more. Is the
When we say
chat still working for you? Because they had disconnected, then it said successfully connected.
I'm still seeing the chat. I don't see it didn't break down for me yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
can see Lamont Davis just now.
What's up, Lamont Davis? Oh, sweat Lamont Davis in here late. Lamont Davis and I appreciate you, man. You must not got work tomorrow because you up late, right? Are you up late, Lamont Davis? Must ain't got that's hey, salute to Lamont Davis. That's the family man. He be on his grind. Appreciate you, man. Give you a shout out every day too.
Yo, did you get my message on Discord?
No,
You haven't seen you haven't seen nothing yet, eh?
no. What you talking about on the Discord?
You probably don't even know what the hell happened.
No, what happened?
Go, I don't know. I don't think you know, man. I think you're clueless right now. Go look at my message, guy. I don't want to say nothing.
All right, because I don't want to. Yeah, I had closed the Discord because I was like, Dad, I don't have too many windows open. Let me go because I got enough room to check it out. Let me see. Give me a second. Yeah, want to act up. Cause I was telling you about the guy that sent me the message. I don't know what's up with this guy. Over 8 years, this guy been trying to get me to come on board. That sounds scammy to me. Yeah, you sent me seven messages.
See the last one.
All right, let me see.
Like the last 3 ones.
Oh yeah.
You know already?
Let me see. The last 3. Let me see. Unless it has something to do with Clyde. Yeah, somebody got my account banned.
Yeah, man. When did
And
that happen? I just
last
found out
week.
today.
It's been, I think, about 1 or 2 weeks. It's been banned. About 2 weeks.
No, it wasn't 1 or 2 weeks because it was still active. It just happened.
Nah, my account been banned for a while. You probably be seeing me on my.
I posted something
I don't know.
to it. I have no, man. Your account it just got banned, man.
Oh, it got banned. It just says suspended. Did it go from suspended to banned?
Well, the way they have it right now, it's like it's dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like a suspension because they're just saying what did they say? They said suspended.
Yeah, account suspended.
So how do you have to? What do you have to do to get it?
I did a WSCOM, but from my thing, somebody did that. Somebody did it. From my understanding, from what they said, the wording that they put, that somebody was saying that I got multiple accounts when you can have multiple accounts on Twitter.
So you have multiple accounts?
Yeah. But my thing was I told them that then they were saying that false something, false advertisement, false something. And whatever the wording was, it has something to do with what it's an outside source has something to do with it.
The thing is, that's why I was wondering because when you told me about the what's his name, that guy,
Clyde Moody.
Yeah, Clyde Moody. That to me it was. See, the thing is, you're saying this thing was done like 2 weeks ago. I thought this happened to me. This happened today.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. They probably like did some extras though, because I keep I wait till like every 2 weeks to do it because they said if you spam it back to back, then it's gonna like make it seem like it's not good if you keep like spamming, like sending in what would you call it, to get them to remove it.
Yo, so I tagged you back on April 16th and everything was good.
Yeah.
So was it
no,
1, 2, 3, 4? It can't be 2 weeks ago, man.
I thought I talked to you on what's going, because I've been talking to you off of my Poetic Drink account.
What a lot.
I be talking to you from
Boxing Movement.
No, I haven't been on that. I haven't been on that for about 2 weeks.
Let
me see. And my account was fine for years. Yeah, I think these jokers. I think they had something to do with that account being suspended. They can't like really get to my account. Like any little fraction infraction I did, because I like, even like I was telling Twitter that when I post from any other site, it does a double. It like I could
or you're using a program, using a social media manager.
Yeah, and it doubles.
Okay.
It double posts. And I said that is not my fault. I say sometimes I be thinking like, oh, I didn't, and I think that I didn't, like, I'm like, Dad, didn't I just post this? And I click it again. Every once in the blue moon. It's not like every day I'm like you look back to back, he's spamming, was doing this every once in the blue moon.
Okay, so they're trying. Okay, so the case they're making it that you're trying to manipulate the algorithm, then kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking, I don't think it's them. I think somebody else using that to their advantage.
Okay. But I've been trying to figure out how would it even trigger, how would you be able to trigger 2 posts anyways? Because if you
Yeah,
have a
that's
social media manager, you're posting to all the different accounts.
yeah, and I'm
All
trying to
one
tell
thing
them
is,
that's not my fault. That is their systems. You know, when I post from YouTube, it posts twice. It's not my fault. When I post from Facebook, it posts twice. It's not my fault. That's your fault.
but to me, when I saw your Twitter boy, I never really saw duplicates. Rarely I saw dupes.
Yeah. See, the rarely is when I like that was the mistakes I made, but somebody found a way in the system say, hey, this guy is keep repeating the post. That's what somebody probably did. Their thing is they was trying to find a way out. This guy's attacking us hard. He's not giving up. Let's get on him.
But so you think it's CSI in them?
Yeah, I think it's them. Even though they follow me, I be laughing because on LinkedIn they look at all my posts. I'm like, why don't you block me?
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's like I don't know. I wouldn't put it past it. That guy Clive Moody, if he because what is he? The VP of a product. So he first thing clicked in my head, it could be him.
Could be. He just friended me on LinkedIn.
Oh, that can't be him then.
Yeah, he just friended me on what last week. He friended me. Was it Clyde Moody? It's one of the guys. It's one of the guys. I don't think was it Clyde Moody.
Unless you have your do you have your profile on private? Unless you join the Friends Network and then it opens up.
That's what probably did it once I did the content creator thing. That would probably set me up for failure. I joined the content creator thing a couple of months ago, and I guess that made them watch my account more carefully because some content creators they spam stuff. So I don't know, but I'm still gonna blame SCI just for precautions.
Yo, Truthbound, do you think it's gonna suffer from that thing I'm trying to describe it? That the whole system level thing where somebody's able to maintain an unrealistic distance that has no application in a fight. It's like, why are they doing that? Can that do you think that'll can that be do you think here's the thing. No boxing game I could think of has ever solved that problem.
I think a lot of boxing games don't want to solve that problem intentionally. But I think with the thing that we got with Truthbound is Claimer Uncut. He listens to the community. He listened to the concern, especially of the boxing fans. And he said this game is for boxing fans first and foremost. And that's one thing that I salute to him. When he said first and foremost, Ash didn't stick to that. Ash, that was his first vision. Boxing fans first. He said it numerous times. He even said it in the earlier videos. People act like they got selective hearing. He literally said it. He said, yeah, and we're going to put an arcade mode in. Hold up. You're going to put an arcade mode in. So that means that the original version of the game supposed to be realistic, sim. And Wilkinson said, hey, that's not going to sell. And my thing is, where's the data? Where is the data?
But if they were to give us that realistic version of the boxing, it would still have that thing I'm talking about. It'll still have it, unless you're telling me that the most realistic version of the game would that can't happen.
I think it's still gonna be up to you to cut off the ring and the referee to do what he's supposed to do and stuff. It's always gonna come down to when people keep like I hear B said a couple of times. I said he's like, man, he always running, he doing this and doing that. If I'd have went back to my corner and said to my trainer, yo, man, he keep running, man. I'm trying to win the fight, but he keep running. My trainer gonna probably pop me upside there to say, cut off the ring, do this, do that. I don't care how much running he does, how much distance he makes. You can cut off the ring, and you can cut off the ring. And it's this thing that you call it's a subtle adjustments. You do subtle movements, and it's actually a game. It's a move they do in Philly. You do the skip step. It's a deceptive move that you're doing a little skip step. You're moving around, and you do a little skip hop, little skip in. You're breaking the distance down. There's little things that you could do, but a lot of people don't. They everything is rush. Everything is like that slugfest, that brawler. It's that engagement, that like constant clash, but they don't know how to make that engagement mesh correctly. So they want the systems to be forced to make the fighters fight the way that they want them to fight. Shout out to Aram in the house. Shout out to Me is Pingu. Appreciate you. Oh, that's why you in here, Lamont Davis. Lamont Davis off work tomorrow. Appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button, please. AJ, you still there?
Yeah, man. I'm still.
You got solid. I thought you disappeared on me.
No, I'm just thinking about this thing where I'm just thinking about Truth Bound now. I'm just thinking there hasn't been any boxing game. Every boxing game in history has probably allowed us to do that.
But the movement and stuff without the distance.
Yes.
Yeah, he could do it. It's everything. From my understanding, everything that we get in games, they're development decisions. They are development decisions.
Hey, let me describe it this way for you. I gotta get you. I gotta get you to see it this way. What if it was this? So let's go back to this whole scenario. This one guy, he hits you with, let's just say he hits you with a jab. Actually, no. Let's just say he walked up to you and he hits you with he just hits you with a hook and he lands it clean. And then for the rest of the round, he ain't back foot fighting. He's just running away, completely running. Because the thing is, he's gonna win the round because he landed the only punch in the round. He landed the only punch in the round. What I want you to just picture that this is cartoony as it gets, right? But how would that look? How would that look? Have you seen
the look
that fucked up?
Yeah, the look and the reality of it, he won the round.
He won the round.
But check this out. There's that referee that say, hey, it's a referee. I mean, not a referee. There's a judge that might say you won that round because he's running. There might be a judge that say that you won the round because you're being aggressive. If you're being aggressive toward that other fighter, even though he hit you and ran, you're being aggressive. He's going to might give you that round for aggression and controlling the fight.
Because the other guy although he landed the only punch.
Yeah.
But then he decided I'm running. I'm just running away from this guy no matter where I want to go, but I'm gonna run now. Because I'm playing tag. Straight out, I'm playing tag. Think of it as just this guy's literally playing tag in that manner. The judges would not give him the round. Anyone gives him that round?
it's a judge that's going. I mean, two judges might give him the round, and one judge might not, because
What two judges might get
he land a punch.
Okay.
There's nowhere in the world where you could say that he didn't win that round because he hit you, and you didn't hit. Because their thing is you didn't do anything to try to get that get back, even though he was moving around that ring. Because you got 3 minutes to do something, and you just got that one punch off.
If I got hit and I just stand in the middle ring and don't move, and he ran and he just stays all the way, he'll get the round because I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you just stood there.
Okay.
You allowed him to win that round.
Scenario now, the guy's he's running around. He hit me. He's running, and I'm chasing him now. I'm cutting him off, but he's just moving away. He's too elusive because it's not even elusive. He's not even standing waiting for me to punch. He's just running away at this point, and I'm chasing him because I'm going to chase him, and we're just running around the ring.
Yeah, we use it now. Now what you're saying is what Steel City have programmed in the game. It's the way this game is for Steel City. But if we're talking about the way it should be, the referee will tell you to engage.
Tell you to engage, okay. But the thing is, but if the referee was super lenient, and what happened, even if, therefore that guy has to win that round because he landed the only punch in the round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
the thing is,
then you know what?
Is, if the guy, go ahead.
That kills my whole petrify argument then, because then that's it. Then then that has to be in the game. That's it. It doesn't matter. You have to allow a person who wants to fight. You have to let them fight like that. Is anyone going to fight like that in an in-person tournament? No, no one's going to want to fight like that. But
let me see. Aram said he'll bring the boxes to the side or bring both boxes together and tell them they need to pick up the action. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, but we also said there's referees who are lenient and won't say anything.
Nah, that right there, they got to do that. They have
to say something.
At some point, they got to say that. They got to do that.
So then it's just a matter. Okay, so then we need referees in Undisputed to be able to see. Okay, if that's happening, then
yeah.
And then you have to fall back to the petrified thing I mentioned, which it's going to get arcadey, but it's a deterrent.
Let me see. See that petrified. Every time I hear that, it seemed like something that I see, like what you said, the WWE, and I seen what game I seen. I seen that in a couple arcade fighting games. It's like
a lot of those
freeze up.
Those Dungeon and Dragon kind of games, or like Adventure RP will have that concept as well. When the person gets they took such a shot that they got petrified and they're scared. They don't know what to do at that point, right? They get freaking just lose their senses kind of thing, right?
Yeah, like with Steel City, even the buzz states and all that, they're taking all these things out of the game. And I'm like, why are you taking a person being buzzed? They even had it like back in the early parts of the development. And that's crazy that we could say back in the day for this company, an indie company, back in the day. This game been 6 years. Damn. 6 years, and look what the game we got with 6 years. And that's crazy work. That's crazy. But in the beginning, in the ESBC version, when you get, some of y'all didn't get to play the ESBC version, but when we played the early access and stuff like that, you were getting buzzed or you was getting hurt and you was like staggering. You know, your character was like staggering and they was like off balance and stuff like that. Oh yeah, this one thing I want to address: they're going backwards. You can't go backwards fast. I don't know why people keep saying that. Even if you're falling backwards, if you're going backwards, you could be off balance, but you're going fast. There's people that we train. There's people that going. You train. You go step forward, step backwards, step forward, step backwards. So if you're constantly doing that, you're training to move backwards. But some people don't have the good feet to move backwards. Because they say, why are you moving so fast going backwards? It should be impossible. Yeah, for you. If we're thinking logic in your real life, you already thought that I can't move backwards fast. Yeah, for you. You're not a boxer. You're not an athlete. But in real life, there's some boxers that move backwards fast.
But one thing,
when you're hurt, that's a different thing.
But the petrified state won't affect that.
You love that word petrified.
That's my new word, man. Fuck. But hey, you know what's gonna mess up? It's gonna mess up the TKO system. A proper a TKO stoppage because a guy's not fighting back. The referee thinks he's in danger, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It would that system where he's petrified would cross in. It would if they had a TKO system, it'll have to. But that's where I need balancing at that point. To balance the two systems, right? But it would definitely interfere with, because then how's the system going to know because a TKO, if a guy don't want to fight, he's running away, what's going on, kind of stuff, right? Referee's gonna say, "Oh, I'm going to save this guy" at some point.
Yeah, this the thing that I be trying to tell people, because they be saying it's hard for them to do this. This somebody was saying to me, they can't do this, they can't do that. Yes, they can. Everything we want it can be put in the game nowadays. It's on the development. It's the team. And my thing is, we had TKOs 20 years ago, proper TKOs in game. We can't get a proper TKO in modern day games. I seen great looking TKOs, but we can't get them nowadays. And that's the team. That's the team. It's not that it can't be done.
Hey, like, you know how disgusting it is to play that career mode, the undisputed career mode. And when your guy gets too strong, all the fights are finishing TKO, but because you cut the guy open, or he's just, his eyes are swollen, all the fights end up like that. There's no such thing that to have the thrill of, okay, I'm freaking beating down this guy and the referee came in to stop the fight. We can't even have that feeling in the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's a missing that immersion part of the game.
Yeah, that's an afterthought. They stopped working on that. That was like they were gonna put a lot of energy into that, but there's like, nah, we gotta worry about the online and the esports version of the game.
But to me, that's kind of like the easy stuff too, man. Because
yeah,
like give me a damn slider, so I don't have to have
exactly.
Let me put the slider. If I'm beating this guy, so okay, let me put it up to my level. That okay, this is more. It's more respectable. That I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not gonna TKO the guy. That I'm not gonna damage him like that every damn fight, man.
And that's what Lil Mac liked about me, because I was telling him sliders help everything. Sliders help with, like, when the developers say we can't give all the boxer styles, it's gonna be too much. Sliders. With sliders, we can adjust the boxer styles. That helps them with what they're trying to do.
What's the reason they didn't want to put it? Is it not capable to put in a Unity game?
He was wondering that.
Are they hiding it?
I don't know what's going on, because I think that's one of the reasons why he left. Because they kept saying you too much focus, but that was stupid on their behalf. That's why the game is broken. He was trying his best to fix the game. He said it was going to be work. They didn't want him talking to me. They didn't want Little Mac talking to me. And he was like, he was like trying to tell me like, yeah, it's he got a couple of things he want to do. He says it's a lot of work, but he's gonna do it. And he said, you know, he making some breakthroughs and stuff like that. And I was like, all right. And
Yo,
and he, you know,
I can't remember, but did they show any clinching in Truthbound?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Did they show any pivot steps? Anything?
Did they?
The only
don't
one that
think-
still has
I
it
don't
is
even-
the only one that still has the pivot is Bloody Knuckle Boxing. That's the only one that's still doing it. He's the only one that's done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen nothing in depth right now.
So what,
Like as far as he just gave us a what would you call it? Let us know that what he got something, but I don't think he didn't go like deep into anything. I think that's
is it time?
what you said.
Is it time to have a? Is it time for every boxing game coming forward that they should have? You should be able to pivot.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. The pivot's got to be in the game. Pivot's definitely got to be in the game. I thought in the beginning, I thought Undisputed had pivot in the game, but it didn't. But the movement in the beginning looked so good that you'd be like, yeah, basically it's a pivot, but we want a proper pivot. But they went away from that. They overdid the movement. It looks more like a the directional dodging looks like a matrix move. It don't look like it belongs in the game. It look like something that you see in an arcade fighting game. It's too overly done. Is there boxers that do it? Yes, there are boxers that do it. You got what's the name? Ben Whitaker, Muhammad Ali. You got a couple of boxers that do it, but they do it across the board.
I'm just scrolling through Claimer's video here just to see if I can pick up if he did pivots in it.
Let me see.
Hey, when I watch Claimer on Cuts, when I watch his video, it gives me hope.
Yeah, he with me, I like Clem because he always respond back because he responded to me immediately. And he you know,
You know what?
stay on.
You know what could be part of the issue too with Undisputed that probably affects everything? What do you call that? What do you call it, man? What's it called? You know when you're putting on an event or something and it has to have a theme?
Yeah.
Or you curate something. You kind of curate everything. You have to curate. It's almost like they have an issue with that. It's almost now that you see the final product. Look at Truthbound's vision of what he thinks of boxing, and look at Undisputed's vision. You could see it's two different completely visions.
Yeah. Yeah. See, my thing, Undisputed, their marketing is garbage. It's trash. It's 100% trash. And you know, I'm gonna go on record and I must keep saying it's trash because they missed out on major opportunities. Major opportunities. They like you could tell there's no passion in the studio. There's no passion. I don't care what nobody says or anything. I know they might try to get this account banned, but it's not. I had this account forever. So and I'm being very careful with this account. But yeah, their marketing is garbage. It's like they wasting money just to be wasting it. What are you wasting this money on? You're not really I'm like, the money that you're wasting, get more developers, add more resources to your development instead of just keep doing all these events. At this point, you shouldn't be doing more events. But I know why they're doing the events, because they got to recover some of that money for the publishers and the shareholders. That's the problem with having an outside publisher and shareholders. EA doesn't have to worry about that
Hey,
because everything is in-house.
talking about they're doing all these events, galas, all that kind of stuff. What's funny is that how come nobody has ever a mainstream media outlet hasn't ever picked up a story on them yet about a game where the punches don't land kind of stuff? How come that hasn't leaked out yet?
Yeah.
Mainstream media. I'm just kind of curious how come it hasn't picked up yet.
None of them say nothing bad about them. Nobody says anything bad about Steel City as far as the media. They don't say nothing bad. And I'm like, yo.
Well, social media, we got some, like, but that's content creators, but
Yeah, content
media,
creators.
it hasn't picked up.
Nope. I don't hear my guy. Shout out to Brian Mazik. He don't even say nothing. And he's a huge boxing fan.
You said Brian Mazik? Hold on, you said Brian Mazik?
Yeah.
Is that the same guy in the WWE 2K controversy?
Is it? Because I heard. Yeah.
Hold on, let me go because I sent some messages to Mazik the other day because he basically WWE 2K they came out with that battle pass. They made people pay. They made people pay for all the characters, and then they put it on. Then they put a next paywall on top of it. And a guy by the name, I believe, I'm gonna look it up because this guy. Okay, the guy I contacted, his name is Brian Mazik. He's on. Yeah, this guy.
Oh, he's for it.
It's him. This motherfucker. It's him. So Brian Mazik. It's all over the internet, man. When it happened, it started trending. He basically is justifying, because he works for 2K, he's justifying the battle pass. He doesn't want people to play. So people figured ways, how can you, we already paid for all the content. How can we get around this battle pass fast enough because it's wasting our time? So people went one tack, okay, we'll put it on easy level, put it on the easiest level, and then grind through it quick. But the thing is, Brian Mazik and 2K don't want you to do that. What they want you to do is they want you to grind that game up for the entire year.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're paying. You already paid for the characters. I'm about to send something to I've been saying shit to the FTC about it, man. It's amazing how nobody's picking up. But I found out. I'll send you some stuff later, man. This whole culture, and the problem is the generation before us, all these guys in their in their teens, 20s and stuff, they grew up with it. They don't get it. They got brainwashed and they don't get it. And if you tell them, they'll feel like, what the fuck are these people talking about, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're paying for products now, and they're putting a next paywall on top of the stuff that you purchase. You have to and people are accepting it either because they're so addicted to video games, or they're that ignorant about what's happening.
Yeah, that's crazy how people brainwash.
And on top of that, the same stuff you already paid for, they put it behind on a live service thing. So what happens is when they shut down the server in 2 years, all that DLC stuff, if you didn't sit down and try to unlock everything within that time frame, you can never unlock the shit again for stuff you already paid for, because they put an next paywall on top of it. I don't know if people realize what's going on with 2K and a lot of these games now. They're doing that. It's unprecedented. It's illegal. You don't buy something that's like, yo, to put it in this perspective, let's say Poe, I sold you a box, right? And inside of that box, I put a yo-yo, a rubber band, and a marble. And I put these 3 things in there, that because you wanted that, right? That's why I sold you the box. You open the box up, but here's the thing. For whatever reason, there's a padlock on each of those things. You paid me. I told you I'll sell you that box. I'm going to sell you that box with those items for $5. And you say, okay, fine. You give me that fine. I give you the box. And you come home and you open it, and there's padlocks on the marble, the rubber band, and the other item. So the thing is now, in order for it to unlock, it's gonna be on a time release. It's gonna if you spend enough time and within that 2-month time with time release, it'll open up. Okay, now you can access the marble. But here's the thing: if you can't wait for the time release, pay me some more money, Poe. Give me $1, and then I'll give you the key to unlock it for something you already paid for. Think about that, and think about that in physical terms now, because we're talking about physical items in your hand. People are they're not taking that concept and translating it now to digital boxes.
Yeah, exactly. I've been saying that for the longest. I said I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, Brian Zeke, that's shocking because this title must have just came within the last couple of years because.
But that's your friend, man. That guy, he's a vulture, man. He's a vulture, man. He's 100%. He's 100% battle pass and microtrans and doing anything for them, man. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, that's not the character he had years ago. Once he aligned himself with that, that's what.
Yo, if you type in Brian Zeke W2K and see what
I'm looking at his profile right now.
You'll be shocked. He got 1 million hits, man.
I didn't even know because everything it was Forbes and everything because he works for Forbes too. He does articles for Forbes.
Huge controversy, man. He opened his mouth. He should have kept his mouth shut about the whole thing. But he's telling everybody, "Fuck you guys. I don't care. I don't care. You guys paid $200. We don't give a shit. Pay us more. Pay us for those tear locks." This game.
Yeah.
Brian Zeke. I thought, oh man.
Yeah, that's just the thing. That's just the thing when you align yourself with certain companies, especially if you're known to be that good guy, but you still align yourself with certain companies. That's why with me, if something not right, I'm gonna speak out on it 100%. I let companies know that immediately. If something ain't right, I'm speaking out on it. With EA, they always knew Poe going to say what Poe is going to say. They defended me. What's called? I think Will Kinzer had more of a problem when I was helping EA than anybody. Not some of the developers as well and other people. They had a problem because I could show the emails that I got. Because even the administrator, he was saying. The community administrator, he said, Poe, maybe you might have to take some time off because maybe you're getting frustrated and everything like that. I was frustrated with EA because they kept giving us that arcade crap. And I used to stay on them. The developers used to say they said it wasn't up to them. It was the company. The company had a model that they was trying to keep intact, and that's why Mike Wang left.
That's the real reason why Undisputed's going Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine has more sophisticated tools for what they're cooking up for you guys. It's gonna be a whole microtransaction system. I can sense it, man.
Yeah, I can see that. You can see that now. If they could, without breaking the game, they would have been doing that because Ash trying to recover some money. That's why he's on this whole marketing tour.
Yo, here's the thing: if they do it for like clothing, I'm fine with that because I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a shit.
That makes sense.
Game. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have effect. But the thing they gotta watch out with is if you make people pay for stuff, and you lock it, and then you put tier skips, or you lock it on a battle pass kind of system, or even anything to do it where you cannot claim the stuff you paid for already because a server shuts down. That's gonna be the biggest hot button topic for all video games right now. It's getting exposed. That whole culture of live service and how unethical it is and what they're doing. It's a scam.
Yeah. And my thing is they looking at offline as an afterthought. I kind of see it as being an afterthought. And then somebody was saying, well, they're looking for my AI guy. That still don't mean anything. People don't realize that the offline fixes the online. You gotta fix the offline for the online to work. But that don't mean that the offline is a priority.
I'm just surprised that that if you want a game, though, it's like this whole idea came out of Undisputed because people were so upset that it came out that, well, they were never intended for this to be an online game. If they want, they had to program it from online. They have to have two different games. Then one has to be the online game and one has to be the offline game. And I don't know why, but I still don't believe in that whole theory.
Yeah.
I believe still that if you build the game offline, you do it, then you branch off the online now because you already did the grunt work of the game. It should be easy enough to go online after.
True. Let me see.
Brian,
shout out to Don D205 live. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I've been sending Brian Muzik some I've been sending him some hateful messages, man. That guy. Nothing distasteful, but I've been laying into him, man. I don't like that guy, man. That guy, fuck. When you do he was nasty, man.
But my thing is he following protocol. My thing, a lot of people get in the industry, then they attach themselves to the company. Because his thing was he wasn't in the industry that long. They must have just like the last couple of years he got there.
You know what? It just picked in my head. This thing is from Brian Muzik and WW2K kind of thing. This whole relationship with them, right? What's similar to that in terms of Undisputed? Do we have anything similar to that in Undisputed World?
What you mean by something similar?
Well, Brian Muzik is defending illegal selling practices or something unethical on the part of 2K. He's defending it and trying to say we have to accept it. On the other hand, what about the characters who've been promoting Undisputed Boxing? Have they been doing something similar in terms of something unethical is going on, but they're not, but they're telling us, oh, well, nothing's wrong with it.
Oh, you talking about the content creators for the Undisputed?
Well, I'm trying to see now. We're starting from a clean slate. Is that the case that's going on?
Yeah, that's the content creators. Mars don't. They refuse to push certain things. Like my thing, I know I ain't bring it up yet, but the third party survey, they scared to push that because what is that going to do? Make Steel City be accountable. I'm like, I don't see what they don't see about accountability. It keeps them accountable. And they say it's not gonna make them do nothing. Yes, it is. When the publishers and the shareholders look at that and say, "Oh, thanks, we needed that." Now you let us know where our money go.
You know why they don't have to be accountable? Because in recent time, if you look around, a lot of people are thinking that Undisputed sold 5 million copies. The way they are manipulating social media and people's things, it's got to where people think they have sold 5 million copies.
And that was intentional. That's why I made that stuff.
So
and
this
you
is
know
why.
what happened?
This
right
is why
after that, that's when I got
they can't be
banned.
held accountable. They can't be held because until more strong voices are coming out and really hitting them with the truth, man.
Yeah, that's when my account got banned. So you made sense. When I brought that up and I broke it down and was letting people know that it's not what they're trying to make it out. He's framing it in a way to make it seem like that's what they sold. If they sold that many copies, they would have had a yo. You know how many 5.5 million copies?
I know.
You know how much money that is?
People are misinterpreting. They think that they sold, but and here's the next thing. Even let's just say we were to say, okay, yeah, whatever, yeah, you sold 5 million, okay, fine, you sold 5 million. Let's just let them have it, right? Here's the thing now. If you did sell 5 million, and you did do, and one of the questions on the open survey for everyone to see is, well, for the 5 million people, how many of you guys would say that the online experience, what would you rate it? What would you rate between 1 to 10? If can you imagine if that got out on publicly, and it shows that people rated that thing like a 2 out of 10. That was 90% of everybody.
Yeah.
500,000 people out of the 5 million people said that they thought it was a friggin' 2. What does that mean? What is now? Does that 5 million?
That's the thing.
Fuckers, man.
Yep, that's the thing. They scared of that. And then you know what? It's more of the content creators scared more than the developers. The content creators are more scared than the developers because they don't want to be proved wrong. And that's sad. That's sad. I'm like, which content creator did you literally hear say, yo, we need a third-party survey, like go behind me and be like, yeah, Poe, you're right. We need a third-party survey. And they get their followers, just sign it and see what happens. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because they don't want to get on bad terms with Steel City. And that shows you, and I hate to say it, and I'm going to sound like the OG, the old head or whatever, but that shows that you're letting Steel City treat you like a child. It shows the childishness in them, the immaturity in them, because they're allowing Steel City to manipulate them. They're not trying to make this be a better product. We're going to get the same product in the next game.
For sure.
It's just going to work a little bit better. What you think?
Well, the thing with if a survey was to show that people, one aspect, okay, the online's a 2 out of 10, right? What's the other aspect? What was the offline mode like? What was the career mode like? And it gets a bunch of 2s and 3s kind of stuff, right? The question now is how are they able to sell these? Like, how are they able to sell all these copies? And what the hell happened? No competition.
It's going to be with the inflated, because if we're saying how they sold all these copies, we thinking about the 5.5 million or the 1 million copies. Which one you talking about?
The real amount they sold is about let's say between 1.5 to 1.8. That's the real amount that they actually sold. What's happened is when they put the damn thing on SharePlay and stuff, that inflated the numbers momentarily.
Yeah, it did. That's exactly why it did that. This is the thing, and some people constantly, because the way the system's set up, if you play now, then you uninstall or you stop playing. Every time you get on, it keep recording that like you played the game. That's how they do it. They being slick. But my thing is what we saying. I got sidetracked. We was talking about the number. I mean, yeah.
Well, the 1 point they sold between the real numbers between 1.5 to 1.8, but it got inflated because of the when they put the thing on.
Oh yeah. This is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
What happened was a lot. This what a lot of people say. The reason why Undisputed so well is because of that gap in gaming. That has nothing to do with it, because why didn't these other games? There were indie games and games that came out in between that. If fans were so thirsty for a boxing game, they would have supported that game, hoping that it got bigger. But what sold this game, and I know from what people told me, is what they thought the game was going to be. Steel City, the game sold more and it got more people interested in what they thought the game was going to be when we saw that first trailer. That sold 1 million copies. Once people saw what the game was, the numbers dropped drastically, immediately.
Well, I read the online community now is probably it's less than 5,000 for sure.
Yeah,
it's small, man. It's like maybe it might be really around 3,000 right now. That's for
and it's shrinking, and it's constantly shrinking. They better hope a high-profile game doesn't come out. A high-profile game is going to snatch them away, and that's something they need to worry about. Yeah.
Do you know when their last update dropped?
Last year?
The last update, I believe, was back October 28th, 2025.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I think that was the last official update from these guys. So October, right? November, December, January, February, March, 6 months ago.
And here's
the thing now.
I'm trying to figure out who's making that rumor that content is coming out.
It's that guy. It's him, man. It's what's his name? That crook. That crook, man. He's a crook, man. I'm telling you. It's that crook. He come in with that crook shit, man. Yeah, I saw it, man. I saw it. It's like, oh fuck, he caught me, man. Shit. You know what I mean? Like for months I don't get caught, and once in a while he'll catch me, man. But 6 months ago, right? It's coming. Okay, by April 28th, it'll be 6 months since the last update came. And in terms of gaming, the gaming industry, when they stop doing updates, right? At what point do they make an announcement that that the game is like end of cycle, or we're gonna announce the next game?
They should have did it by now. From my experience, they should have did it by now. But you know what the excuse they could use? We're a young team. We're a new team. No. And people keep falling for that. Ash, I keep telling people, this is Ash's first game. It's not the publisher first game. It's not the developer's first game, because these are veteran developers. So stop keep saying this is their first game. It's Ash's first game. These guys, it should be no excuse. But we keep giving that excuse because they're using a blanket term. Don D said Undisputed is the prime example of ignorance and incompetence. It makes no sense with all this technology and knowledge in the world for the product to be as bad as it is. Exactly, it is. It's a shame.
Would you say that's a reflection on Ash Habib? That's basically it. If we say, what was the quote? He said, where is it here? Ignorance and incompetence. Is that describe Ash Habib's his personality? Is that the kind of guy he is?
I don't know.
If it's not his energy, whose energy is it?
I don't know how I should say it because I don't want to
I know what you're
I'm
saying.
going by my experience because sometimes everybody experience is different. Because I had like actually conversations experience, and I was trying to gauge him in our conversations to see was he being deceptive and or but you know from the conversations he sound genuine. I just think that he was so like I think when a person wants something done so bad that they put so much trust in another person that they feel has more experience than them. And it seemed like with Ash, he just gave control to his company to the developers. You know, that's what I feel. And they basically just taking advantage of it. I just think Ash needs to put his foot down. And I think at this point it's too late. It's like you keep letting your dog do certain things and he eventually just go overboard with it. Let me see. Poe, I'm back. Currently eating dinner, but I'll hop in the podcast when I'm done. Check Leafy out. Leafy be fighting. You still here, Don D? Because I know Don D be eating. You and see, that's funny. Both of y'all eating at the same time, so that tells you your area that y'all in. West Coast and Central America. So y'all like way back. It's about to hit. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here. So y'all like 9, 8, 9 o'clock.
Yo, did Truthbound say if they're gonna be both online and offline, or is it just an offline game?
He's saying it's gonna have online too, but I don't see how
He's too
how
he's too undersized to do the whole to pull both of them at the same time.
I don't know, but I don't think he could do but so much with the online because it's just him. How in depth is his online system's going to really be? Let me see. Oh, we're an hour behind you. I'm an hour behind you, Don D. All right. So I'll be right sometime.
Yo, in my most recent career mode on Undisputed, after I won this, this is like probably the sixth time I've created a guy and just played through it, right? After I won the title, it's I don't even want to play anymore, man. 'Cause it just felt like the game was dragging. The game, this the experience, this the something about it, man. It just like you just feel like there's nothing.
Yeah, when I see people play the game, it's like you looking and hoping something get better.
Yeah, like
It's like
it's like I'm the champion now, and it doesn't feel like nothing. It's something is off, man. It's like so, oh, man.
yeah, man. Let me see. Dad, it's only 8 where you at, Leafy. Dad, you way on the West Coast. So it's 3 hours behind. When I was up in Canada. All right, okay. Even in Canada has a West Coast and East Coast. So I guess I was on the West Coast part of Canada. Yeah, I was. I was on the
Then
West Coast.
yeah, so it'll be LA time then, or California.
Yeah. Let me see. Because I was in Barnaby, so Barnaby is over there by Canada. I mean, by the West Coast side. Let me see. What you mean by online and offline, Aaron? Online and offline. It's on Unity.
Oh, that was Truthbound. That was Truthbound.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be online. It's gonna be both. I see people on Reddit betting at this.
Oh,
People on Reddit.
that's what I
betting on-
forgot. That's what I forgot. I forgot he was doing that in Unity, and he was doing some pushback about certain things. And you know, my thing is, I agree with a lot of things that he said, but a lot of things he was saying, I kind of would disagree with. But he could correct me if you know if I'm wrong. But when he was talking about with the animations, when he was saying that doing the way that the physics-based animation is going to always be wrong, that's not true. You got to do a hybrid. You have to always do a hybrid to get it to look realistic. It has to be a hybrid because if you do either or, fans are going to complain.
What do
So
you
you want to
mean?
do a hybrid so it looks more realistic.
What are you talking? Well, what are you talking about? The
Like with
bundle-
knockdowns and stuff like that, and you know different things. You need it has to be like a hybrid with the physics. You can't just like it just be physics based because it's gonna be it. If it's like be physics based, it's gonna be the physics and ragdoll. It's gonna have a real arcadey feel to it. So
Well,
you gotta be like a hybrid.
well, the question is this: have you ever looked at Flash KOs in UFC 5? Like what it looks like?
No, I haven't.
So that they're using ragdoll physics, and the moment you flash KO the guy, that's it. He just drops. Like it's like it really looks like to a certain extent, it's like a marionette. The concept of a marionette, it really looks like it still kind of looks that marionette style kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have it's like the person there's no control. It's just that's it. It's done. And take a look at it. See what the knockout looks like the Flash KO, how it looks. That's what if they're going ragdoll, that's what they're gonna give us. It's gonna look like that.
Yeah, and that's the problem with these guys. You gotta it gotta be a hybrid. Oh, Don D told me tell my guy Pax what it do. Don D.
What's up, Don D? Don D 205. 205, where's 205 at again, man? I know that 205. 205.
You try to see the area code?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It sounds familiar. Oh, it's Alabama. Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, he's a
The best thing. The best thing I've heard about. The best thing I've ever heard about Tuscaloosa. That's where they invented the toothbrush.
He down the street from Deontay Wilder.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yo, man. I don't know, man. Wilder, man. He just looks so. His fight, man. He looks. I don't know. It's like he looks unbalanced.
He does. He looks. I don't know what's going on with him. It's like after Mark Breland left, and once he got, even after Mark Breland, he was still fighting a little bit, still like throwing straight punches, jabs, and stuff like this. When he get close to a person, he does these smacky punches, and I'm like, what are you doing? You look like you really don't know how to fight. What are you doing? It like really like it's like sad at this point.
How long do you think he could go on before his legs give out the weight? Because his legs look for somebody that tall and the amount of upper weight, it just looks like it is. It just looks like it will snap at some point if you're doing something very athletic.
It don't look like Deontay Wilder does a lot of cardio. I mean, a lot of road work because he said he don't like road work. Man, Leafy, how you don't have the podcast link, man?
Boy. Anyways, Joe, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna eat something.
All right, you and Leafy tag teamed. All right, okay. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you helped me with the show.
But that's the whole thing about that whole think about that being petrified versus
Yeah.
versus what referee. That's the two big things now, just based on the way this game works. But anyways, I'll talk to you.
All right.
All right.